Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.
Hello friends, I am Professor Shweta Yadav from Department of Electrical Engineering from Zeal College of Engineering and Research. Today we will see square wave generator using operational amplifiers. In contrast to sine wave generator, square wave outputs are generated when op-amp is forced to operate in a saturation region. So when op-amp is forced to swing between positive saturation and negative saturation, then square wave is generated. So now in today's lecture we will see how this square wave is generated using operational amplifier. This is also called as a free running or stable multivibrator. So now I will draw a diagram for square wave generator. So first of all I will draw an operational amplifier. So this is VCC and VEE, which will be V saturation voltages only. Then on inverting terminal here there will be a resistor. This is R resistor, and also here I will join a capacitor. So suppose this I will call as a voltage V2, and here on non-inverting terminal there will be the resistor R2. Which will be here we will be using a variable resistor in order to adjust. Here will be R1, and suppose consider here a voltage as a V1. Okay, so this is an operational amplifier. Here I will get an output V0. Okay, so this is an operational amplifier where I have connected a capacitor and a resistor to inverting terminal, and voltage V2 will be generated here, which is equal to the voltage across inverting terminal. And here also I have connected resistor R1 and R2, okay, to this positive terminal. Okay, means we here observe that we have not given any external input rather than these two DC supplies which are required for operational amplifier to operate. Okay, so initially we will consider that whenever I have not applied VCC or VEE, okay, at that time, so these are not applied. Okay, so at that time my V2 voltage will be equal to 0. Okay, so initially V2 will be means voltage across this capacitor will be 0. So V2 will be equal to 0. Okay, and here output we will get, what output we will get? V0. So V0 we will get whatever VID will be, we will be giving here. So if VID will be positive, then output will be going into positive V saturation, and if my VID will be negative, then output V0 will be in negative V saturation. So formula for VID will be equal to V1 minus V2. So that is difference between two voltages. So it is all depends upon V1 and V2. So initially we have seen V2 is equal to 0. Okay, and about V1 here, so V1 will be some finite value which will be the function of output offset voltage. Okay, so this V1 will be some small finite value which will be the function of output offset voltage, and that V1 is enough to drive output voltage into saturation voltage, means it will be enough to drive into positive saturation or negative saturation. So suppose here now V2 is equal to 0 and V1 is small finite voltage, that means at non-inverting terminal my voltage is more, and so this VID will be equal to V1 as my V2 is equal to 0. So this is a positive voltage here and VID is positive, and so my output will move into a plus V saturation. So suppose I will draw here a diagram. This is the voltage axis. So here whenever VID is equal to V1 means there will be initially 0 voltage at V2. So at that time my output will go into positive V saturation. So this is V saturation, this is minus V saturation. So it will go into positive V saturation. Now when the output will go into V saturation, so here output will be maximum, and at that time capacitor will go on charging. This capacitor will go on charging across this resistor R. Okay, so at that time I will say that this capacitor will charge from, suppose this is V1 and this is minus V1 voltage. So capacitor will go on charge across this R. Okay, as so capacitor will go on charging, the voltage will increase on this V2. So on this terminal voltage will go on increasing. Okay, so at a certain point when V2 will be slightly more than V1, so V2 will be slightly more than V1, then my VID will be negative. Okay, here my VID was positive, now it will become negative, and so if VID will be negative, then output voltage will switch to minus V saturation. So here my output voltage will switch to minus V saturation. Okay, as here my output will go into minus V saturation, at that time again my capacitor will discharge, okay, through this resistor. So capacitor will start discharging. As capacitor will start discharging, voltage V2 will decrease. Okay, and as soon as this voltage V2 will go on decreasing and decreasing and decreasing, at a certain instant when V2 will be more negative, so this will go on negative, and so after 0 it will go on negative, and as soon as this V2 will become more negative than V1, at that time the voltage across this positive terminal will be more than voltage across this inverting terminal, and so my VID here will be positive. Why? Because as my V2 will go on decreasing due to the discharging of capacitor, so voltage across this inverting terminal will be less than voltage across this non-inverting terminal, and so my VID will go on positive, and so my output will go into plus V saturation. So here my output will go into plus V saturation. Okay, as soon as this will go into plus V saturation means again a positive voltage will be observed at V0, and so my capacitor will go on charging. So in this way I will get a repetitive square wave at my output, and this will be the time period for it. Okay, so suppose what will be the V1 and V2? So V1 voltage, this will be the function, as I have told that it will be the function of output offset voltage and R1 and R2. So the formula I will write R1 upon R1 plus R2 into plus V saturation. Okay, whenever this will be positive, and whenever it will be negative, then we will be equal to R1 upon R1 plus R2 into minus V saturation. And a time formula will be, so this time period will be equal to 2 RC natural log 2 R1 plus R2 upon R2. So this is a there is a very big derivation for this. Okay, so directly I have written this time formula here, formula for the time period. Okay, and so my frequency will be inverse of time, which will be inverse of this formula. So it will be 2 RC natural law 2 R1 plus R2 upon R2. So this is a formula for frequency. So in this way we have got a output voltage. So this is an output voltage V0 and this is a voltage across capacitor. So in this way we have got a square wave generator. We have seen a square wave generator using operational amplifier, okay, using these several components. So this square wave generator is mostly used in like giving clock pulses in our devices like clock, in our devices like flip-flops and registers. So there are various uses of square wave generator using operational amplifier. So I hope this you have understood this lecture, and thank you for watching this video.
Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.